Lisa.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm pretty good, I guess, considering.
Well, my name is Caitlin, and you are here today because your mom called me because you have not been going to school, which is different for you because your mom said that you usually like to go to school, but you've been kind of pushing back about that. Just what I wanted you to know that you can, this is like a safe space. I'm going to try to help you and we'll figure out why, what's going on and how we can get you back in school because it's really important to be there and there's obviously something blocking you wanting to be there. So kind of wanted to get to the root of that. So why don't you start off? Do you have any questions for me?
No, my mom told me about coming here and starting, and what therapy's about. So
When was that? Did your mom tell you about?
Probably she talked to me about going to therapy a couple weeks ago, and then since I haven't been going to school, when she made the appointment with you about a week and a half ago,
Yes, yeah.
she told me more about you. We looked you up online and read your profile.
Yeah. All good things, I hope.
Yeah.
So that was last week.
Mhm.
Have you been to school since then? Has anything changed?
Well, no, not really. I mean, I go on occasion, but I don't want to, and I fight it, and so we've had school meetings about it, and they developed a plan where I could do half days and stuff like that.
Oh, so how many half days have you done in the last week, would you say? Because today is Thursday, so since last Thursday, let's say.
1.5. So
One half day. Okay.
Well, no, 1.5. So 1.5 days. So 3 half days.
Okay. Well, that's 3 half days out of 5, so that's pretty good because you weren't going at all. So that's really a good effort you're probably making there to get there.
Yeah.
I know you said you were unhappy about it, but
well, I get to go in after lunch, and that's a big plus because that's part of where it's easier in class than it is with all the students around.
Okay, so you're avoiding lunch.
Not just lunch. I'm avoiding even changing classes and stuff like that. Being around without a teacher around type of thing, where people can.
All right. Have you always your mom said you're pretty sociable. So have you always been avoiding people?
No.
Okay. Is that within the last month or did something occur or?
Yeah, so I was on the basketball team and
great. What position?
I'm still on it, but a point guard.
Position? You're a point guard?
Yeah.
I was a forward. I was never a good enough dribbler to be a point guard, but I bet you're pretty good at it. Are you righty or lefty?
I'm a righty.
Can you use your left though?
Sometimes, if I need to.
You're only in 7th grade though, so you have time to use that left hand.
Yeah. I
bet you're pretty good at that though.
Yeah. Well, and then I was really close with the team, but I'm on I guess you'd say the better team. Then I had a party and my mom only wanted me to invite a certain number of people, so it kind of got ugly after that when people felt left out.
Oh, okay. So when you say you're on the better team, first of all, that's great. But what does that mean?
Because I'm in middle school, we don't have a varsity and junior varsity type of thing, but you would basically
an A or an B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you had a party.
Mm-hmm.
And who did your mom tell you could invite?
The people that I'm more close to, which would be the A team, basically.
Okay. And so there were people on the B team that felt left out.
Yes.
And did they say anything to you, or?
Yeah, it became a big thing, and then suddenly nobody liked me anymore.
Oh, wow. That must have been pretty hard for you, since you had these friends, and then did you expect that?
No, I mean, I didn't do it to be mean to anybody.
No, it sounds like you were just listening to your mom.
Yeah. And everybody had a good time at the party, so I don't know why the A team suddenly was mad at me too. It was it's like the B team like colluded with the A team to get against me after.
Okay. Well, that's really hard. We're gonna try to figure out. Are you still playing basketball because you haven't been attending school, or is that?
Well,
I don't know what your school rules are.
I wouldn't be allowed to attend if I wasn't going to school, but basketball season ended
Okay.
3 weeks ago,
So now you don't really have a reason to, because you're probably going to school so you can play basketball.
Yeah. But then when it got so ugly within the team too, it was like really hard. People weren't passing the ball to me, like deliberately losing points just to like make a point to me, you know.
Wow.
I'm the only one open, and they don't even care.
And you're relatively good. Like, you could have gotten some of those points.
Yeah.
So it was more about something personal than the team winning.
Mm-hmm.
That's really frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
So, other than basketball, has anything kind of carried over to your school day with?
Yeah, I mean, so they're all in my school, and so they've all started, spreading these rumors and, bullying me within the school, which is why I said lunch is probably the hardest time, because that's where it's less monitored by teachers and stuff. There's teachers there, but they can't hear and see everything, so.
Yeah.
You can just hear people talking about you and stuff, so.
What do you think your basketball coach would say about you?
That I'm a good player.
That you're a good player?
Mm-hmm.
What else do you think he would say?
That I'm a team player.
That's really huge, because it sounds like there's not many team players on your team.
Right, yeah.
So you have your basketball coach, who's probably pretty important to you because you like basketball more than you like schoolwork, I assume. He would say that you're a team player. What would your parents say about you?
That I'm a good daughter.
That you're a good daughter. What does a good daughter look like? What does a good daughter do?
Help out around the house. I always do my chores and stuff like that.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I bet they would say that about you. And I bet that is why they called me, because it really hurts, and it's upsetting that you just have not been yourself lately, and they know that you're hurting, and they want to make you feel better, and they want to figure out how to do that, because I'm sure you are a very good daughter. I want to do a couple exercises, and we will make what we want to out of it, because this is your therapy, so we can do whatever we'd like. But I'm just going to give you a couple of kind of directions. So I have all this funny stuff here, and it can be whatever you want it to be. I have some stars, sports balls, some pom-pom balls. I have hearts, pipe cleaners. We have letters, glittery letters. Just a whole bunch of stuff, which might seem like kind of childish, but we are going to make a very adult teenage activity out of it.
Okay.
So trust me.
Okay.
All right. So what I want to do is make a scale, not like one that we get on and see how much cake we've eaten.
Mm-hmm.
A kind of scale where we look at together the best days of Lisa's life at school and at home, and the worst days, and where on the scale you're falling today, where on the scale you have been in the past, and where, most importantly, where you would like to be in the future. And so we're going to work together in order to get you to where you want to be in the future. Okay? So first off, I want you to use whatever you would like to make a scale. It'll look like a number line, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And you can set it up however you'd like.
So that would be the number line.
That's your number line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, so you could put things here.
Oh, good. That's a good idea. Okay. So first off, I want you to pick out something that represents how you are feeling right this very moment sitting here with me and talking. Could be anything.
Neutral.
The yellow puff ball means neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's pretty good. That means you're not uncomfortable and you're not comfortable. You're keeping an open mind and we're going to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I like that. All right. So now I would like you to pick out something that represents what your last half day at school looked like.
What it looked like?
Yes. So, how it felt. Did anything good happen? Did anything bad happen? Did you feel comfortable? Did you get a good grade? Did you fall behind in a task?
I felt very uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. So the black puff ball means you were uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
very? These would be
okay.
less.
Oh, all right. Very, because the small ones are going to mean less.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I like that. You are doing great. So, why do you think you felt very uncomfortable?
Just because I knew everybody was talking about me and spreading rumors, and it's getting even worse since I'm not in school that often. You know, everybody's obviously aware that I'm not there every day in full days and wondering why I only come in after lunch and stuff like that.
Right. Do you hear them talking? Or do you just,
Mm-hmm.
you do hear them? That must
And,
be pretty
like,
hurtful.
I mean, through social media and stuff, I had to block a lot of people on Facebook and
Really?
text messages and stuff.
So it's not even just at school, it's at home too?
Yes.
You can't get away from it right now.
Yeah.
So...
Like, every time I block someone creates a new account to, like...
Wow, they're really putting a lot of effort into making you feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
7th grade's really tough because you are clearly very good at sports. You have a lot of friends. And in my experience, it sounds like you may be like a threat to your friends if you're kind of excelling past them. So I wonder if that might have a little bit to do with it, that you are like really that great that they're like, oh my gosh, like what Lisa is, for whatever reason, we need to bring her down a notch. We need to figure out how we can get you past feeling like you're not accepted there at school. So what I heard you say with this black ball of doom is that since you are coming in late to school and missing a lot of school, you hear people talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're talking about. Where on the scale would you fall if you went to school for full days for the next 2 days? Where do you think you would fall?
In the blackness or in like...
No, on the scale of, let's say neutral's right here, and I assume since you put the black on this side.
Oh, I didn't mean it like I wasn't actually putting them on the scale yet. So I'd say neutral's right
okay.
here, like in the direct middle.
Okay.
And I would say my uncomfortableness. If I went to school full time for an entire week, I would be here, and then this would have been how I was at one half day.
Oh, okay. So, I'm glad we cleared that up, because now we can figure out a game plan, because we never want you to feel like you're right here again.
Mm.
Okay? So, say you went to bed tonight, and by some stroke of miracle genius status, you woke up and it is 5 weeks ago and none of this had ever happened. What would that be like for you? A big glittery heart. So this is the goal right here. This is where we want you to get.
Maybe I'd have
shooting stars.
Yes.
For sure. We need you to be in heart shooting stars. So what is different in your day when this problem has gone away?
I'm welcomed again.
Welcomed where?
Among my friends. I don't have any, there's not hatred around me and gossiping and rumors, and it's comfortable. It's happy.
It is happy. Okay, so let's think. If you, what would it be like for you if you were welcomed by a different group of friends?
That would be, it'd be sad that like, honestly, I don't even know if I want the friends that I had before, because for people to treat me the way that they've treated me, I don't think I would like myself if I went back around people like that. So having friends in general would be great, so if it was a new group of friends, that'd be wonderful.
Okay. So, well, that's really big that you say that, because unfortunately, there isn't going to be any stroke of miracle or anything, but we can do what we can to move forward. So, by the stars and the heart, the glitter heart here, that is you, that represents you being welcomed in general back at school, not just by your basketball friends that have not treated you very well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, may I make a suggestion?
Sure.
And you can say, Dr. Caitlin, you are way off base here. Is there a possibility that if you were to spend more time in school and working with your school counselor and the people that care about you, like your coach, I know basketball season is over, but I think he works at the school, like he's a phys ed teacher or something. Is there a chance, by getting your physical self back into school, first off, the rumor mill would maybe slow down a bit, because here's Lisa, she's doing great, she's back in school, and also, number two, you give yourself the opportunity to meet some new people.
Yeah, I can see that possibly happening.
Where on the scale do you see it happening? If this end is not likely, and if stars and hearts is, I think I can do that. I'm a sociable person. People have liked me in the past.
I see it as a possibility, but I see it as not something that's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah. So I see the possibility, and I would say, yeah, that's up where the heart and the stars are, but I'd say that it would be like here,
okay,
because it's going to take a while to get there.
Yeah, it really is, Lisa, but I truly think that you want to make it better, and we can work on things to do together in order to get you back in school. So what I want to do is set a few goals with you. And you can say that that is not possible, or you can say, I'm going to try really hard at that. But they're small, so I'm hoping that you would just give them a shot if you can. So we meet next week. I'm hoping that between now and next week, and I can talk to your mom and we can figure out a plan with your school counselor, that between now and next week, you attend at least one full day of school and 3 half days. So that would take the 3 half days you've been doing and then 1 full day. And in that full day, so that's one goal right there.
Mm-hmm.
And in that full day, me, your mom, and yourself can communicate with your counselor to see what the best option for a lunch group would be.
Oh, yeah.
So you wouldn't have to necessarily even go to the lunchroom, because there's teachers and there's counselors running lunch groups all the time, because lunchroom's really overwhelming for a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
So in that day, you wouldn't have to be anxious about missing lunch, going to lunch, anything about lunch. We could find you a safe spot. If there's any teachers you really like, or if you like your counselor, or you like spending time down by the gym, maybe shooting around and having a quick bite to eat. And then I know, I'm asking a lot of you here. I know. I want you to write a list of 3 things other than basketball that you are interested in that is offered at the school. And we'll go over that next week to see if it would be a possibility for you to get involved in those activities or groups and start meeting some new people.
Okay.
How does that all sound?
Sounds pretty good.
Okay. Do you think you're going to try any of those? Do you right now?
I mean, I'll try.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing you next week and discussing your progress, because I know you're going to make some. All right?
All right.
Adios, amiga.
Bye.